Hi guys, it's Ethnic Green Living here, and I'm so excited because, of course, I'm here with another sit-down chit-chat video with you guys. These have become my absolute favorite to do, and I'm so excited and glad to be back here with you. But I'm here today to talk about my new garden. So excited about that. If you guys have been following me on Instagram, Ethnic Green Living, for the past couple of years. I think I've been doing YouTube and Instagram for about 3 years, or even my Facebook page. You'll see a little thing where I call it green living, and sometimes I show my little green babies that I have all around. Well, you can't see over there, but and I also show some of my gardening pictures. Now, I don't know that I've shown to what extent I've shown everything, but I do know that I post pictures of my tomatoes and my various things. And for the past couple years, I have been doing 6 raised beds. And so they're smaller beds. They're probably 2x6s, and I have 6 of them. And so this year, I am going to do something a lot different, and I'm very excited about it. So anyway, let me get right to it. So in this video, I kind of want to talk about 3 different things. I want to talk about what my goals are. I want to do a seed haul, and then I want to talk about my wish list and see if there's anything you think I should add to my wish list. So first of all, I just want to start off by saying I intend to have both a Potager garden and a cottage garden. And so with the Potager garden, typically it is known as a kitchen garden. It's more formal, and it's an intermingle of vegetables, fruits, flowers, and herbs together. And then the cottage garden is more informal design. It's more like traditional materials. It's more grace and more charm. It's more for aesthetics overall. So I plan to have both because I love beauty and I love structure, but then I just kind of want things to go a little bit, and let's add a little rustic and just vintage charm with some older little wicker chairs and different chairs sitting all around, and vases and all that good stuff. So I intend to have both. So the goal overall is to be able to grow about 3/4 of the foods that we eat in the summer, and to grow enough in the fall to be about 1/4 for the fall, and or the leftovers to be about 1/4. Now, will that be what happens? I don't know, but we're gonna just check and see. And you may say, what do you mean by 3/4? Well, if we're planting watermelon and cantaloupe, and if we're planting beans and lettuces and cucumber and tomato, zucchini, things like that, well, think about, tomato sauce, think about pickles and sauerkraut, think about zucchini bread, all the things that you can eat just kind of as is, all the salads, but then think about things that you can freeze or can to make other things. So that is what my goal is, I guess, in terms of words. And then I have like just a little, layout of what I want in terms of the garden itself. So the way it'll work was that we'll have 8 beds to kind of go this way. And then there'll be 4 beds to be this way. And then in this little corner going this way, there'll be hopefully an arch that can eventually grow some roses over. There'll be like a bench or a chair in the middle, and then the little 4 places around that center point, which will be the center. If you're going to garden this way or this way, it'll be intercepted by that center, and then 4 little beds. The 4 little beds will contain my tea garden. And so what I mean by that is more like my mint, my chamomile, all of those type of things that you would use for teas. They will be there. And then just kind of intermingled around all of my veggies will be marigolds, nasturtiums, sunflowers, sage, little things like that, because we know they deter the insects that are bad for us, and they attract the ones that are beneficial. And then lastly, in the corner, I want to have like a little workspace, maybe a little cottage. I'm not exactly sure. So that is my goal on paper. My goal to what I pray the end result is that we're able to, you know, just eat and eat well. Because I've taken the time to do the hard work, and it certainly is hard work. So next I want to talk about the seeds that I got. Now before I talk about the seeds I got, I do want to shout out a company. It's called Seed Mail Seed Company. And it's a lady that I met over on Instagram, and she's very sweet. But it's a Black owned company and business, and it's really amazing. Her seeds are only 99 cents. And she has a lot of seeds that are, or she has some seeds that are organic. Not a lot, but she has some organics. And for 99 cents, I say it's a steal. Now, I'll be upfront and honest and say I have not bought anything from her yet, but I definitely intend to. And if you guys are interested in more of the gardening and stuff, I might do like a giveaway or something from her shop, just because I want to support her. So what I actually did, or what I actually bought by way of seeds, is some organic seeds from Southern Exposure Seed Exchange. Now, when I'm buying seeds, I personally like to buy organic. I feel like I can, and I told you my word of the year this year, 2020 is open. So I'm gonna be open with you guys. I cannot afford to go into a grocery store and buy everything organic. I cannot. I have a large family. There is a lot of us, and to pay $10, for example, for an organic, well, I just can't do that. I can't, but I want to. And so for me to spend $2.19 for a pack of seeds that will give me enough to feed me and my family, I feel good about that. And I am willing to do the work that it takes to build the beds and fill the beds and go and look after and harvest every day, so that I can get that, because organic is important to me. And no, it's not for everyone. And I'll say, even if you don't have a large space, even if all you have are 5 pots from the Dollar Tree, get your 5 pots from the Dollar Tree and your soil even, and get those seeds. I think sometimes they're $2 for $1, maybe, or $3 for $1, I'm not sure. Or again, my friend's company who has some organics for 99 cents, which is phenomenal. And just start somewhere. It doesn't have to be massive, it doesn't have to be beautiful, but you can do a lot with a little. And honestly, I started, like I said, even before I got my raised beds, I had just one single raised bed down on the land or whatever. And we had a really good turnout. In fact, little story time. One time we planted sunflowers, and I'm almost ashamed to say it. My husband had to take care of the garden because I was scared to go in the garden because the sunflower. But listen, the sunflower, I don't know where I got this seed from. The sunflower's head was bigger than my head, and the sunflower stood taller than I stand. Now, I'm almost 6 feet. The sunflower was like this. Uh-oh, I don't want to drop my seed. The sunflower was like probably 7 feet tall, and the sunflower's head was about this big. Yeah, I had 3 of them. They were I was so scared. I was like, oh my goodness, I wasn't expecting that. So anyway, be mindful of what you plant. But my point is just to start somewhere with whatever you have, whatever little, make it a lot. Because one thing about a seed is one seed can give you so much. So with that one little seed, it does a lot. And I am willing to share a few of my seeds if someone just can't afford it, because these things are expensive. And I mean, they took all my pennies. I used all my money in my account to buy these. But anyway, so one of the herbs that I'm growing for my tea garden is these sage. And I'm going to turn them upside down because I have them in a certain order according to the growing date. And I'll make another video on that. This is lavender, lemon balm, German chamomile, mint for tea, calendula. You might see that in my ethnic green living, maybe in some soaps or something. Texas early grano, and it's a bulb onion. Wild bergamot. A black beauty zucchini. I thought that's kind of cool. Butternut. Oops. Butter crunch and lettuce. A Marketmore 76 cucumber. Now this one is one that we're just going to eat. And then this one is the Arkansas little leaf pickling cucumber. And this one we're going to use to make pickles. I buy 2 jars of pickles almost every week. So this one is an Ashworth sweet corn. Now this one says it's So this one is just a regular corn, but there's another one that I want to get that we can use for popping, so we can save and have popcorn, because we do love popcorn as well. Now, I have a friend, Sunshine Farms, and she has a vegan homestead, and she talked about these ground cherries, and ever since I saw her video and talking about how good they were, I just had to taste one, and I just had to see for myself, because I've never had one, and I'm really excited to hear about them, because I hear they're like a really sweet fruit, like a pineapple tasting fruit. So anyway, here's the De Cinco broccoli. This one is a dinosaur kale, a cherry tomato, a California Wonder sweet bell pepper, in red and yellow, sweet baby watermelon. They're all the same company. Champion collards, Danvers 126 carrots. If you notice that about me, with whether it's makeup, body care, skincare, I love just having everything look the same and the same name and being the same. That's just something along with, I guess, my personality. I do like the uniformity. This is a Brandywine tomato. And this is a Cherokee purple tomato. And last but not least is a small sugar pumpkin. So I hope to have lots of pumpkin bread and pumpkin pies with that a little later on in the fall, because that one definitely takes a lot of days. It takes, what did it take? It takes 100 days. Is it 100 days? Yeah, 100 days. So that is the seeds that I bought. So that is my haul. That's my goals. And now for my wish list. And tell me if I'm leaving anything off, because we know things cost money. So I do want a black light, because I heard that you can go out and look for like the longhorn worms with a black light, and so you can just pick them off in the dark. And I think the kids might think that's a fun game. And you know, that's an organic way to take care of our gardens. I need some garden boots, of course, because right now I have the 6 raised beds on my patio, so it's not a big deal. But there, it might be mud or rain or something, and so it will make a difference. But because I wear a size 12, it's kind of hard to find boots. I was even looking online and I didn't see that. So I've seen some really cool trays. And I think they're called Bootstrap Farmer, and they have these really cute pink trays. But they're really sturdy, and that's why I like them. And something that's kind of a splurge, but I just think it would feel so darling to have it. And that is a root apron and glove set in pink. And they have it on their website for $38. And I'm like, an apron for $38 and gloves, but I'm like, I'm gonna be out there every single day. By the time I get a few watermelons or something, that's kind of paid for that. And even though I think it's costly, I think it's good. The top part that's like right here is waterproof, and then there's a little part right here that there's like a little, so this part up here is waterproof, and then there's a part here that you can put the veggies and stuff inside of, so it kind of goes out. And maybe I'll kind of insert a picture. Oh, you know what? It's like this. And so you can like carry your stuff, and then there's another spot under here for you to put your cell phone and all these things. So I'm like, oh man, that seems like it's going to be really amazing. And I'm thinking about that. And lastly, on my wish list or things that I have to get is a wagon. So tell me, is there something else I should be adding to this list? Do you have any favorite tools? Tell me what they are. Tell me if you're gardening, what you're gardening, what you're planting. If you're not, what you wish you could plant, or what you would plant. I want to hear all about it, so let me know. So again, this is just kind of dream with me, plan with me, talk with me, garden for 2020. And I will be back with some awesome videos updating you guys. And I do have a little garden playlist from my gardens of the past, actually. So you can be sure to check that out as well. Remember, you can do a lot with a little. Thanks for coming to hang out with me and chit chat with me. I love you guys as always. And until next time, blessings.